All right, we live.
All
All right,
right.
we're gonna wait for some of y'all to get up in here. And please make sure y'all share. All right. All right. All right, we public. All right, cool. All right, so everybody, she don't need no introduction, but this is I don't like to say doctor anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna say Umar Johnson's um ex lover. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Yeah,
throw
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Gotta put that love in there.
Gotta put that love in it. And Shavonne Stone. And we're gonna get into some things. And shout out to Tasha K for the interview. I seen you on the other interview with some other guys before. I didn't really listen to it, but salute to them as well. Salute to them. Um,
Yeah.
everybody that's in the building, please do me a favor. Please make sure y'all share this live. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. If you're new, please make sure you subscribe. What's up, Sassy Slim? What up? What up, Brooklyn? Make sure you share, love. Do me that solid. Please share that I'm on. Trey Porter, please share that I'm on. We're gonna get right into it. So all right, so a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people already seen the interview with you and
With Tasha
Trey.
K.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to give us a brief history of how you met him and what led up to you meeting them, and then we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes. So with no further ado, go right ahead, sweetheart.
Okay, so I met him. After I contacted him via text. I reached out to him because I have a son that's 16. At the time, he was 14. He
Right,
was autistic, or
right.
he is autistic. And I reached out to him because we were looking for something that's a little bit more conscious and, helping with with the autism, and navigating some things with his care plan. So I saw him on a video that my at that time 20-year-old brought to me. He
Mm,
gave his phone number out like he normally does, and I sent him a very brief text.
right.
Then I turned around after my son had an incident. I think it was at school, and I sent him another in detailed text.
Right.
And I got both those times. I got pretty much a generic response. The first time I just thought that he thought I was just saying good work, keep going type. And then so I was decided to be a little bit more give him a little bit more details on the second one. And then after he gave me that, I just kind of let it go. I was like, oh well, that didn't work. So this is in, I think, March. In October, he hit me back and he told me he would be in Nebraska, and he wanted to know if there was a way that I could get an event together for him to come to Kansas City.
And that's off the first encounter, the first text exchange. He asked you right off rip. He ain't asked you your background, who your mother, your father, your pappy,
Nope.
nothing.
Nope.
You set up an event for him. Go ahead.
Right. He didn't know what was going on in my life. He just sent blasted me a text just out the blue. And my son was going to take over because that was somebody that he had started watching. And he wanted to take over it. That's something he wanted to do. I said, well, I'll help you with it because it's a big project. And that's how that happened. We
Okay.
didn't know about Umar. We weren't goo goo gaga over Umar. We weren't starstruck, fanned out, none of that. We didn't know he existed.
All right, because people is going to say that you fanned out over him and things of that nature too. So when
Yeah.
the questions that I'm gonna ask you, that's not necessarily my personal.
Yeah.
It's the consensus of everything.
Right. Yeah.
So when you seen him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep going.
did
So
did
he had a show in Omaha.
right.
He asked us. Now we have been, talking about the specifics of the event, here and there. We had some things pop off in our city. I know everybody heard about Ralph Yarbrough. I don't want to say some of these people's name because his supporters go and contact these people or get in, and I don't want to do that. So
Right.
we had some things happen in the city, and Umar was trying to attach himself with those things that were kind of racially motivated.
Okay.
And the families didn't want to get activated with Umar. Um, so we had a lot of conversations about that. We had conversations about him going on a local radio station. They didn't want to touch him. This city is not very conscious. They're not ready for it. We were trying to usher this in. So he had the show in Omaha, and then I went out to pick him up because he contacted me and said that he needed a ride to Kansas City. So we were doing the show. But this is what I want to tell everybody.
Yeah.
We had a city waiting on him. So we had close to 400 people. We had food trucks, vendors. We did not want to be the people that had all of these people's, hopes up and did not produce him based off of a ride. That's 2 hours away. And my son was going to drive. He drove. He ran out there. We grabbed him, and then we brought him into Kansas City. So we didn't just, get goofied out and then decide to go out there and get him. We had a city waiting on us. We had people that we had sound check there. We had 2 videographers from the, thing that's on the internet. They loaded that up.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a lot of work on this to not just produce him off of a 2-hour, and then we're not really a big circle type of people. So we didn't trust, or not even trust, we didn't feel comfortable asking somebody to go out there and get him because that's a big ask.
Right.
And that is that.
So let me show you this picture right here. So is this the event right here?
That is the event. That's the event.
So who was that little boy right there? Everybody, please make sure you share this live, y'all. Share this live, God damn it, and hit the like button too. So is that your son right here?
No, that's not my son. That is Jarrell McGeechee. Please keep in consideration that when you go out hunting and having comments that this little boy has passed away. It was a very tragic accident. His father unalived him, his mother, and himself shortly after the event. Yes.
Whoa.
So trying to put this mess, and bringing that and using this little boy is just sick. It's twisted. This is why I never brought the little boy's name out. The public hunted him down, and they're just, let me also say this. Umar took the story. I called him and I was upset because we had been talking. We're building a rapport. Right. And I said, hey, you're not going to believe this. And he said, what's going on? I said, the family, there's been a tragedy here. The family that opened for you, they passed on. I sent him, I said, I'm going to send you the story. I sent him the story. He took the story. He threw it up on his IG. He didn't ask me if I was talking to the family. He didn't ask me what was going on.
He just used it as like for attention
or
whatever.
Clout. And then through controversy. Now, me and him were talking, maybe, this is controversial because the family was, conscious. Me and the daddy are on another level of conscious, I should say, but we don't mess with the conscious community. There's another type of Black folk that don't really announce that they're conscious, but we move in the dark, kind of. And his father was somewhat like that. And I have other, pictures and stuff. I'm not going to share them, but they're with, the Garvey flag and everything. So we both wanted to bring that into the city, but people have been reaching out, or not even reaching out to the family, but just using this death and attaching it to this mess. And I want to keep them separate. But This is little Jarrell McGeechee, and he was phenomenal. He was Umar at that age. Like the way he spoke, his orating skills,
Right.
and Umar didn't even remember him. He
Wow.
didn't remember him. I asked him twice. I have the text messages. I'll drop it. He didn't remember the first time when I brought it to him. And then when he went to go looking for the money order for the donation that this family gave him, he sent me back a picture asking me, is this them? And I was like, no, that's not them, you know. So there's a huge disconnect for you know, he doesn't know this family. That's my connection.
Wow. So let me ask you two questions. So is this the venue where you paid for it? Is this the one that you paid for?
No, I didn't pay for it. It's a lot of misinformation out there, and some is miscommunication on my part. But this venue was donated from some people that are like us, like I was telling you,
right,
that wanted to help, you know, showcase Umar.
Right.
But none of us had met him. We didn't know anything about him. But the people that had this venue, they did know him. They knew exactly who he was. So when I picked up another venue, they said, oh no, bring him here. You can use the theater, whatever you want. And I had to pay some things for, you know, the sound guy but other than that, they donated it.
Right. So all right, and this is not the venue when all right. All the venues, how many venues that you and your son went to with him? Like,
okay, so we initially picked one because he didn't want a big venue, we thought. But when we showed him that they were going to let him use the theater, he was G for it. He was okay with it. So we went ahead and used the theater. So there's only one venue. We set up everything, the food truck, the vendors, everything. And this is it. It was only one. Now he was supposed to return back to Kansas City to do a boot camp, a week-long boot camp.
Right.
But this was the only event that we got to get done before all of the mess started.
Now, is this the venue where he did not even speak to your son at all?
No, you won't catch my son. My 16-year-old is nowhere in the building. He's outside playing his Switch.
Did he ever try to connect with your son while he's having sex with you, while y'all bumping pelvises? He never tried to have a relate. Yeah. You know,
his dad was against him meeting him. His dad didn't. He just said he didn't like the dude. And I thought it was, you know, he was like being a guy. And I was like, well, we gonna just try him. He said, I don't like that dude. And I was like, okay, but he didn't know that much about him, but he didn't like him from what he listened to. So I said, well, we're gonna just try him a little bit. And so but he was firm on he didn't want his son around him. He said, Shavonne, don't put my son around him. I said, okay, fine. And my son didn't want to be around him. So I was like, okay, fine. So we'll just did that. But by that time, Umar and me had already been talking on, you know, a personal level. Because it was a gradual, you know, move up. So it's kind of hard to explain from timeline. But basically, once I met him and I got to know him, there were some things I thought maybe possibly him and my son wouldn't jive too much. You know, Umar's loud. My son, he's got autism, so he's got some sensitivity to loud people, and yeah, so it just wasn't a good match. And we had found some other things for him, so he was good to go.
Okay, and I know you already answered this question, but I got to do it on my platform. But everybody, please make sure that you share this live, y'all. Please make sure you share this live and hit that like button as well. All right, so we're going to clear the air again.
Okay.
Again. All right? Now, and I'm going to say this respectfully. Do your vagina smell like bubble guppies?
You said what? What did
Y'all
you
know that
say?
shit, bubble guppies. Do it smell like a fish tank? Because that's what he was
No,
saying.
no.
All
I
right,
mean, common sense. No, no, no.
all
And
right.
now, but I'm expecting people to use a little bit of common sense with that video.
Yeah, because he did put that little that tongue thing right there. If you can see it, you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
he
I
did
never
that.
asked him to go down on me. I don't know anybody that says my turn. Umar just he freestyled that whole damn story.
Yeah,
That was to shame me for coming out. So that was my whooping.
right. Yeah, and that's crazy. Did he ever show you his degrees, all of his degrees? Did you ever see any degrees that he claims that he has?
No, if I was where I am now with it, I would have asked, oh, let me
Your
see.
hold on 1 second, love. Your mic is low. It sound
Oh, can you hear me now?
yes, sound way better.
Okay. Yeah. So I just assumed everything was on the up and up with Umar.
Right.
And I didn't ask him. And even if I did ask him, y'all gotta know, I don't think that man knows where his degrees are.
But my question is, did you even ask him at one point that he
No,
had these
I didn't
degrees?
have any reason for doubt. People are like expecting me to go
I
into this
understand.
with a third eye, all knowing. I didn't know that this man was like controversial. I mean, I knew from our standpoint for the conscious community, but I didn't know that there was like some sketchy business with him. I know people that are titled and they are usually quirky. They're eccentric. I
Right.
didn't. Those things about Umar are not a telltale sign until we got further down the road that he might possibly be on some bullshit.
Because
So no, I would never have any reason to ask him about his degrees. Like, let me see them.
all right. So since all of that time, you was with him
Uh-huh.
for like 2 years, right? Correct.
Yes, I wasn't up on him 2 years. We were
Right.
just texting and calls. That's all.
So, but when you been to his house, we gonna get to that. I'm just bouncing around
I
because
didn't go to his house until you got to wipe everything you think. I didn't go to his house until after me and him had already been sleeping together.
yeah, in the hotel.
Okay.
The reason why I'm bouncing around because I know a lot of people already seen the interview with you and Tasha K. So I'm gonna get into that, but I just want to get into certain meat and potatoes of the conversation. But what I was saying is, by the time you actually was in his house to take care of his mother, right?
Oh
You know,
yes, yes,
I'm just gonna fast forward. Did you
yes.
even see any degrees on his wall?
No, 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 no,
Right.
no. There, you can't. No, no. Mm-mm.
All right. I want to show this picture right here because I found this right here. Now this is from 2020, right? Right. So now you see the picture on the left where you see because it says in the caption that he flipped this camera around by mistake.
Yeah,
Now, do his crib look just like that? Like hoarder and junky like that?
yeah. That's pretty much how it looks. Except for there's no carpet, and I think this is carpet floor. It's tiled floor.
It's tile floor now,
Yeah.
but
In
it's
some
still
places it's worse than others, but yeah.
right, right. And you said it stank, right? It stinks
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
bad. It's bad.
And so my question is, let me take this off. My question is, at the end of the day, all the stuff that he's saying and all the donation that he's gotten, he should have at least hook that house up and have his mom's living in a nice condition. Because I remember you saying on Tasha K that he's sleeping on satin sheets or better sheets,
Pristine sheets
pristine sheets, and having his mom's living. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
from
how?
the hotel. And I should have been more clear. I thought people could follow what was going on by the comments I
Right.
see. I was talking about when at that time he was on a live in Ghana with these white brilliant sheets, and he's waking up or acting like he's waking up, and I'm just thinking about his mother, what condition she's in, and that it came out like that. A lot of that was just an emotional response to seeing, just knowing, what type of shit he's on. He stays in hotels that are nice and clear and clean, and she never leaves the house.
Right.
So that's what I meant.
Listen, and the reason, and everybody, I'm at the end. We're not gonna be here too long because she's at work, so I appreciate her giving us that time. But let me just ask this sidebar question.
Okay.
Southpaw Panther said that's not his place, that's his mama house. So do he have his own crib besides?
No, he lives with his mother. He lives in the bedroom upstairs by the bathroom. It's not his mom's house and then he go off somewhere else. No, he lives in that house. All his shit is in that house.
I want to give a disclaimer. Hold on one second, love. I want to give a disclaimer real quick. The only reason why I want to give this disclaimer because I put some videos up on my TikTok. Please make sure y'all follow me on my new TikTok because I was banned. The people is some people would say that people who's coming out and I guess exposing Dr. Umar, that we are happy that he's, his downfall is happening, or all these accusations and all these things is happening, that niggas is happy. I'm not happy. It's just that why we cannot critique or criticize a public figure who put his business out in the street and criticize and analyze the bullshit that he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? It's not hating. It's not hating. It's just the fact that he's using his consciousness to get over on the people. And like you said he's a financial rapist. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I muted myself, but yeah, just what you said. There are people that have given so much to this school. This is not like, $30, $40. There are people that have given a lot of money, tens of thousands and plus, to Umar in order to bring this school into fruition. And nobody is happy about this. And I think me and you were talking about this offline, that right. This is like, people are looking at me as scorn and bitter. I'm not scorn and bitter. I'm disappointed. I'm let down because regardless of whatever, I was trying to leave the space cordial. Even though I probably wouldn't have continued a relationship with him, even as friendship with the things that happened, but I still wanted to see that school open. That was a win for us. So no, I don't delight in people's drama or downfall, but there are some things that some people know that they haven't been comfortable to come out with. And the public will never know it based off of, the hush patrol that is, wanted to happen. You'll never know these stories and you will never understand why people despise Umar so much. This goes far beyond. It's like if someone was a rapist and you're just like, oh, you just bitter. No, that's not what it is. This person is really out of control, and based off of the coddling and all of these other things, and being okay and complacent with the things that they have done, they feel like they're a god. And there's nothing that, they won't do. And we can't stop it. And so people are trying to stop it. It's a lot of people behind this effort to get him to come out of the space because he's a bad person. He's a bad person. It goes far beyond a messy breakup. Myself is
I want to get into that. I want to get into that, but I want to ask this question first. Since he told you a lot, he did some pillow talking and some venting to you. Mm-hmm. What is your overall thoughts about his school? Did he tell you the everything that's happening with the school, the curriculum? Do he have teachers or what? What was he? Did he have doubts that this school was going to be fulfilled, that the task was going to be executed? What was it? What was his strategy, his mindset, far as that school is concerned?
When we talked about We didn't talk too much about the school, but the things that we did when we did talk about him, he brought it to me. I used a lot of let Umar come to me, because one thing about Umar, he does not like you to bring things to him, like especially suggestions or getting on him about things. He's a very, if it ain't kudos, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
So what he did bring to me, I guided the best that I could. When I did offer my opinion on the things that he was doing, he
Mm-hmm.
was shut down. And so I learned quick in the game that that wasn't a way to deal with him. So what we did discuss was um, about the, like the aesthetics of the school, like if with the paint or the tiles or something. Nothing no more than what he discussed with the public. And a lot of the times, I will tell you this, anytime we got on that topic, he was very quick to get off of it. He did
That's
not want to spend a
that's
lot
a
of
sign.
time
That's
on it.
a sign of guilt because he never showed receipts about anything.
No,
Um,
he didn't have to. They I'm trying to explain it. They have made him, they created Umar to a way that he does not have to do anything but give his word, and this took as church, his testimony. And even now, he's not online. He'll turn off, he'll avoid any questions about the school, like with the debt. He hasn't came online. He hasn't even offered it. He doesn't even feel like he owes you guys an explanation to what the hell is going on. He talks about things in a way that he wants, and there's no accountability. And he demands the donation. He's entitled to it.
so people is going to say or ask, why was you still around? Why was you still dealing with them? I mean, look, at the end of the day, look, look, I like sex too.
Yeah.
I love pussy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
God did a beautiful thing when he made Cootie Cat. So was it because of that? Because you said that you wanted to see the school flourish or come into fruition. But when
Mhm.
you bring up or try to bring up a conversation as far as the school, he was
Mhm.
like shut down or switch the subject or whatever. But what kept you there? And be honest.
Yeah, I'm always be
I was
honest,
around
because
my
I
child
don't have.
because she had she was the throat goat. The
And I
super.
think the public has us kind of confused. I've kind of taken a page from his book on this. I don't really care about anybody's opinion on this. Is like what it is. You can listen, you cannot listen, but I think you would be you would do well to listen. But I mean, I don't care about the internet. I don't have a following, and I don't want to follow it. There's nothing I have to gain from this. But I feel a responsibility to let people know when me and our dynamic, me and Umar, and I think this is why we got so close so quick, is because it's just what I told you. He is somebody that wants to be worshipped. He is somebody that wants to do as I say and no questions asked. I should have sent you this clip. If anybody paid attention to the end of the video, there's a lady that's asking questions about the school. um you probably have to go to the very end of that video.
Which
Like,
one? When he's standing outside with the Haitian flag?
no, I'm talking about the video that of the event that we did. You're
Oh
gonna
wow.
get the biggest surprise of your life. Just watch the end of that video there where he's taking questions from people. And I'm surprised nobody picked up on it. I didn't even see it until yesterday. The
If you could send it, please send it. But if
I will, but I'm gonna paraphrase real quick. She's basically asking about the sustainability of the school, and he's saying the board will handle that. You don't need to worry about that. And she just let it go and donated. And this
the
is not,
board, what board? You
I'm
are
telling
the
you,
board.
they want me to prove every damn thing, everything. This man said the board on hand. There is no board. There's no board. Where what board have you seen Umar put in front of your face and say, these are my people that I have working on a school? If you got a problem with this, call this person. No, he doesn't have the ability to let go of control. This is why I couldn't take care of I couldn't help him because I couldn't take care of the house. I couldn't take care of his mama. I couldn't do nothing. He wants you to do what he wants you to do. And if it fails, it's still going to be your fault. So the school situation, I would not bring up. I went to go see FDMG on my own.
I was
When he went home, I took a Uber up to Delaware. And well, I had a guy, but he was working on the side for me. But I paid him. I went up to FDMG and I looked at the property.
Right.
I looked at the property and I just basically took it all in to see if this was something that was doable. And I had my worries. Some of it's just aesthetic, like some things needed to be done, but it should have been done in the beginning.
Yeah.
But after that, I never pressed the issue with the school because he was really, really stressed out every time we came into the space. And it was really just about, sex. I just really want sex and I want to relax and I just want to just veg out. So I didn't push it. I saw a lot of red flags with Umar, but you got to consider, I came into this space for using, like I said on Tasha, he was a tool. There's no need. This is before his mom. There's no need for me to try to get a tool to treat me like I want to be treated as like I'm dating him with the intent to be his wife.
So you were just using him for...
No, I wasn't using him.
No. Not using. Let me reconstruct that word.
Nobody getting used in that. Yeah, I have to just be really. I know what you're saying, but I have to be very careful with my words because people will take that shit and run. But no, nobody was getting used. Everybody that was walked in that room knew what time it was. We was
right. But what I'm saying is, like already stated.
Yeah.
You just wanted the soul pole in no relationship, right? So
it wasn't no need to try to press. You
were celibate. You were celibate for 4 years.
And let me also say that man did not bring me off of celibacy. I decided to come off of celibacy.
Don't lie. Listen.
No, what? I have no reason to lie. Okay. I sat down for 4 years. I was coming off, and then I met him.
Right.
I transferred the business. Listen to everything that I'm saying checks out. I transferred the business on stage with my son. I was done. I shelved Iconic. And then my son took it over. I came off of the porch. The whole purpose of me doing Iconic Moguls or sitting down for the 4 years was to finish Iconic Moguls. But there was nothing there was a part of it that couldn't be fixed. So I shelved the project. And then when he came, we started talking. I didn't go to the hotel room with him that night. Right. I know a lot of women that would have been, but I wasn't on that. I needed to know more stuff about him. And from what I gathered, I mean, people are trying to make out like I did something wrong, like they don't know people that link up. Yeah, you link up. I don't know. It's just
I get what you're saying because I know it's women,
like manufactured outrage. It's like
listen, see, people is selective because there's a lot of women who just meet up with a guy the first night they fucking. I met a lot of.
It's a lot of them in Tasha K's comment section. I looked at the profile, like, girl, stop.
The first night, I'm digging they fucking guts out their neck, all types of shit.
Oh no.
I get it. So y'all can't blame her, but only thing I would say is just keep it. I'm not saying you're not, but I'm blunt with mine. Just keeping 100. You just wanted the dick, and you like what you saw. You seen the potential. You seen the school.
No. It was.
What?
It was dick. And everything else that Umar brought to the table, I have friends that are killing Umar. I'm doing better, more successful than Umar. I know money when I'm around money. And and I'm not going to tell too much because then that's my lane. But
Right.
Umar, I knew when I met him, I just thought he was eclectic. He was a scholar, and he was kind of like a bookworm. He wasn't really my speed. But as we started talking and developing a rapport, then
Right.
yeah, we got busy because it benefited both of us. I thought. I
Right.
have a text message. He was saying I've been celibate for 10 months. So I thought he was coming out of a celibacy too.
Right.
So I have all of those text messages, but no, nothing about FDMG, him being RB Jesus. None of that shit was, I wasn't worried about none of that. I have no use for it.
Now let's backtrack a little bit. I'm gonna bounce around. I got a lot of notes. Once I get this
That's
done,
okay.
we can close out. And before I close out, I'll take questions. But let's go to the point. Let's backtrack and go to when he wanted you, since he said all that stuff about you, but he wanted you to take care his mother in respect to Queen Mama Fanatunde. However you want to say it, Baba Tunde. All that.
Yeah, he calls her I don't know why he called her that on video.
But he wanted you to be basically a caretaker.
Yeah.
And you don't have a certificate for that. You're not licensed.
No,
you're not a CNA. And so when you got to the house, it was very nasty. It was very junky. They were hoarders. Yeah. And when you came after the hotel situation, when he flew you out to the hotel, but when you finally got to his house in his mother's house, he gave you a crash course on how to take care of her, and then he left in 20 minutes. Explain that whole situation.
Yeah, it was just, I walked in, I saw, of course the smell hit me, and then I saw her, and I went upstairs to wash my hands, and I got to see a little bit more. I was trying to walk fast though, because I didn't want him to think like she's just up here looking around and all, being nosy. Right. Even though I was going to be staying there, but I did it like, and so I came back downstairs and I sat next to his mother to try to, get an idea of what it was, but he wanted to give me more of a tour, I guess. And so it really wasn't that much to tour. It was just, it was a lot. The refrigerator was really bad. And I was kind of getting my mind wrapped around, because on the phone, I was telling him, I was like, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And we're going, I didn't know that it was this bad. It was a lot of work, and I needed to figure out how I was going to break this up, because I'm a friend. And I think this is where people are confusing. I'm a friend, if I'm your friend, we riding. And I decided that based off of the conversation when he called me that morning and asked me to take care of his mother, I just felt like, he don't have nobody he can trust. He's stressed out. It is a one-man team. This is probably why this man was put on my path. Because if you got a problem,
everything happens for a reason. Everything
happens for a reason. But this was not on any, I'm going to take his mom, he's going to marry me. I even told him, I said, well, because he offered that. I said, hey.
He wanted to marry you, yep.
Yeah, he was like, man, if so, I could take care of, or he's like, if I could find somebody to take care of my mom, I would marry them. And I was like, well, let's just get past this and see what we're going to do. And he was talking about, and we don't have a lot of this, or we don't have a lot of that. You can help me decorate and get the house in order. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm walking into a bachelor pad. He gave me, just like he gave me a false sense of what I was walking into when we were about to link up to to hook up and see each other. He did it again with me taking care of his mother. It's a lot.
So what was that? So that was probably his whole scheme, just to get you to come and use you and have you be one of his caretakers for his mom. So that was probably his whole goal. Do you think so?
That wouldn't have worked because of who I. And see, this is a lot of on Umar, because Umar did not vet out who I was. He assumed who I was. No, he never put none of the pieces together. He never put, how the hell did she get this theater? How did this happen? How did this? He never put those pieces together. And I'm not a pretentious person. I think he's used to dealing with women like, oh, I own my own home. I got this, I got that. And I'm not like that. You're going to have to figure that shit out by us getting closer, and me trusting you. But he was like, yeah, if we go out, you can push mom and I'll do. I'm like, I can't do that for you.
Do he have a car? Do his mother have a car?
No, there's no car. There's no car.
All that money. Like, what is he? I'm gonna come back to the house. What do you have a notion throughout the 2-year interaction?
What I don't know how me and Umar was pillow talking and and sleeping together.
Yeah, you could curse. I curse.
No, I'm trying to keep it, but
yes, keep it
there is no. I didn't ask him about his sister. I didn't ask him about his kitty cat. Well, wait a minute. We did have conversations via text. Like if we were in a conversation, but mostly me and what his thing was, it was sex and it was stress relief. If he had a falling out with somebody, he would text me. If something happened over here, he would text me. I was absolutely his supply. That's all right. I was.
Now, again, like I'm gonna be bouncing around. So let's get back to the house. Let's get back to the house. So
okay.
So before I get into the sacrificing thing, so his mother, her respectfully, because I love my elders. I don't care who you are. I love elders.
Yeah.
So her backside, her soil, it was so much. She wasn't clean. She was in a bad situation, and it became a real like outbreak or like a rash, and it just smelled horribly, right?
Yeah, she has some things going on with her, and I didn't want to put that out.
Yeah, it's too late.
If the way that I talked about it in the first interview when I came out on him is very much different than when he started talking about I had a aquarium, because I think he was trying to, but he forgets I texted him the issue I was having with his mom has to get clean and she don't want to get changed.
Do she let him do it?
She'll let him do it, but any other woman, any other care aide, they're not going to fight an older person in order to clean her. They're gonna be like, well, whatever, he'll get her when he gets home. But she's already got sores on her, so if she's sitting in feces or urine, then you got to get that clean, or it'll develop into something else. And I'm just not like that. I cleaned her like I cleaned one of my babies.
He never takes her to the hospital or anything. He just keep her in the house.
The door is blocked. The door's blocked. And then I asked him, he texted me, he said, where are my rental keys? I said, I don't know. He said, you took my rental keys, and if you did that, that was a very evil thing to do. And I'm like, Umar, and now I understand why he thought I did. I said, who the hell do you be hanging out with that you would think that I have your rental key cards or your rental keys? And he didn't say nothing. So I'm like, yeah, you telling on yourself. You mess with gutter bitches, basically. Right. You mess with, I'm not on that level. And then when I started seeing the chicks that were coming for me, like on the low, I'm like, this is what the hell you send me? Send me the good chicks. Where are the good chicks? And he got these little dumbass girls calling me. I'm like, girl, I'm not no damn child. What are you talking about? Pull up and whoop my ass. I'm gonna put a bullet in one of you, bitch. I don't play that.
Cook your shit, goddammit.
Yeah, I'm not that. I'm not her. I'm not squabbling with nobody. I'm gonna send some shots to you, and he's putting you in a bad situation because he knows how I get down. But it was like he wasn't handling business, and he still there's and that's why I say he's a decorated hood dude. because the stuff that he was bringing to me was like beneath me. It was like I was dealing with a hood dude. And I'm like, I didn't take the rental car keys. I don't know how, but he said she had a doctor's appointment. That's where I was going with that. He said he was taking her to the doctor. And then it got my mind going. I'm like, how the hell is he going to get that ramp open? Because there's all this stuff blocking the ramp. So does he move it and then take her out? He's not moving all that stuff just to take her out. That means she's not leaving. And then the days that I was there for the Sweden trip. She had been there. We were in that house for 6 days. And I'm like, ain't no damn way. There's no nurses that came by. There's no physical therapy, no occupational therapy, no mobility. And this woman has problems. So I know you're not pausing her shit just to go out of town, because all the other care aides supposedly have dealt with these people. Where are they at? And he told me, don't answer the door. Don't answer the door. Get the package. If you get food delivered, get it, but hurry up and close the door. He's very much paranoid.
And what would that be? I have other questions on that note, but why would you think he's paranoid? Because he's trying to hide his siblings from her, and you said that his grandmother, his grandmother was trying to see her daughter before she passed, and she died without even
seeing her daughter. Yeah.
How long was that window when the last time she saw her and when she passed away? Because that's fucked up.
That would be a better the guy that came out about him shortly after I did, that confirmed everything. But that would be a better question posed to him. But he lied. He put up this police thing that the police had came over there, checked out everything, and everything was good. I was already on the scene. He just don't even know it.
Wow.
He never opened up the fucking door. You lied. The police ain't been in and checked and cleared nothing. I have the dates that... See, people think I didn't call because at that time I couldn't tell everybody, hey, look, a hotline. I was already on it. I was already on all of that. But he lied because he didn't know that. And I wanted him to do that. He turned around, he lied. He said they gave him a clear and they didn't. They have not been able, and I have the dates that they went over to their house, beating on a door, and they wouldn't answer the door. They wouldn't let nobody even come in and get eyes on her. Just to be like, oh, she's cool.
I hate to ask this question because I was pondering on this for hours. And let me make sure I be careful how I ask this question, because from all of him like keeping her secluded in that house, doors blocked and boarded up, not letting the grandmother, that's insane, to see her daughter.
He's a monster.
And he has 7 siblings or 6 siblings that I guess they 7 altogether.
Yeah.
However, how that may turn out. Yeah. He don't let them see her at all.
7.5 years, they ain't seen their mama.
And that's crazy. So the question is, fuck it. This is allegedly. Okay. I'm just asking, like, I'm pretty sure he got a life insurance on her. She's on Section 8. She got food stamps, this, that, and the third. Is he trying to make sure he has the power of attorney of everything? Yeah. So when God bless, I hope she lived to 1,000 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he doing this to wait until she passed so he could collect the insurance money? Because why
you never know with Umar. You would think, if you would have asked me this when we first started linking up and talking, it would have been offensive. But this is common consensus with him, because you don't never know what he's on. He could be siphoning her energy. You don't know what he's on. I thought he might didn't want her. Now, the nephew said that his mom is really good with numbers. Like, she's real good with numbers. She's like that lady that they hit the Powerball, scratch offs and stuff.
Right.
I don't know if he was keeping her. I don't know what his deal was with her, but I know he was not thinking about her. He's about his own interests. Even when he left me in that environment for all those days, it's a lot different from staying at my house for
Right.
5 days and then staying in his house for 5 days. When he came in, he was like, "You ready to go?" And this was like early in the morning. I was like, "It's 2 o'clock in the morning," but he was like on like powered up, and I was like, he was running around the house. He had changed her. He went over here. He was doing like a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, I went outside. I called my friend. I said, he's back. And we had just had the incident with the paramedics. I said, he's back. And so I'm going to try to get my stuff gathered up and, just letting you know, I don't know when my flight's going to be. But basically, I'm coming back in the house. I didn't hang up the phone with her. And he's like, get off the phone. And so we can do your flight. I said, okay. I said, let me call you back. I said, do not talk to me like that. What do you want? And he was like, well, that's what he said. He said, I want to do your flight. I said, okay. And so I sat there and I did my flight. He was like, okay, you ready? Because the Uber is going to pick, or the Lyft is going to pick you up in a minute. I said, okay. But I didn't get no chance to get myself together or anything. But I didn't care because I had been in that house for so many days. I was ready to go. I was ready to go anywhere. But the way that I went back home, my son picked me up.
Mm.
My son ain't never seen me look like or smell like that ever.
Ooh. What? Did you clean it up to where as it was fresh? Did you open the windows and like? But the time that you was there for those 6 days, was it? Did it smell fresh? Did you put air fresheners in it? Did you clean it, or it was just you?
I did what I could do in that environment. Have you ever had a refrigerator that is so? That was one thing. It was so packed. It wasn't like if you fix a sandwich and you bringing the stuff out of the refrigerator and you set it, you can't set it on the table.
Right.
You gotta literally juggle it and then clear a space off, or I guess you could clear the space off and then set it there. But there's nowhere to put a plate and then put you know what I'm saying? It's just working in a cluttered kitchen is unbelievable. And he wanted me to do all of this stuff to make our meals. We did a lot of good meals, but he's delusional about what you can do in that kitchen based off of the stuff that he has in the kitchen. Like right. The kitchen is like not. I can't cook in a dirty kitchen.
What about the stove? And what about the stove?
All of that.
All that shit is nasty. Everything?
All of that. The stove wasn't that bad because I think he had just gotten a new stove because it was like a stainless steel. But that's the newest thing in that house. It was like maybe his stove went out and he got a new one. So it didn't have the years on it like everything else had. Then there's no microwave, which is not a bad thing, but that makes it harder for quick. You can't do nothing quick in there.
Right. All right. This is the last question about the house, and then we're gonna move on. Okay. Now, far as the sacrificing, now, so you said outside on his patio, on the porch or whatever, right?
Yeah, on the back patio.
Back patio that he sacrifices certain things. Now, I'm not trying to make.
I believe that he does.
Okay, so there's no real evidence of that, correct?
No, the post is back there. And I don't know what the name of it is. If somebody does E5, then they understand. Like there's a post. It's got cowrie shells. It's kind of like a orisha or some type of something that's there where you would take it. It's not the altar. It's kind of like a post. And you would go there, and that's where you would do a sacrifice.
Okay.
But I don't know what it's called. Like the thing that they swing, that's called something. The bowl that they use to do the ones, that's called something. But I don't know what the post is called.
Okay. All right, because I'm trying to. I just want to save this picture. I want to see if this is one of the things real quick. Everybody, give me a second. Sidebar. Everybody, give me 1 second. Sidebar. I just want to see. All right, Hold on 1 second. All right, let's see. This is not it, right? Not like that, right?
Yeah, it looks a little. It looks kind of like that. It looks
Okay.
kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Yep, that's exactly. But it's outside.
But
It's
it's
in the.
outside.
Yeah, that's good job. Dang, you did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that. But that's a real pretty one. I mean, like it looks like it was made. This one is a little bit different, and it's been out there for some time. What is that? What is that you just showed me? Do you know?
Hell no. I mean,
Oh,
I know the E5, they have these shrines and stuff like that. I did at one point believe in all that, the African stuff. I was the Pan-Africanist at one point in time for over a decade, like damn near 18 years. Real shit.
yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else that you haven't told us about that house that you didn't say on Tasha K, or that you want to get out before we move along, and then we could close out?
No, it's just I wanted people to. So somebody told me when I was asking about the door being blocked, because I
Right.
had to find information. So at some point, his mother, I was wondering how, because she doesn't walk, how she would get out the front or the back door if he's taking her outside.
So she
And
don't
at
walk at
that
all?
time,
I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I didn't know she didn't walk at all. But go ahead, continue. I didn't know that.
well, she walks a little bit, but and that's another thing. He gave me such a crash course when I was changing her and when I was dealing with her. I didn't know she could shuffle a little bit. She
Okay.
can't go for long periods and she can't stand for long periods. But I mean, I was like telling him I need a transfer board because I was trying to research on how to take care of her. And I know he was like, what do you need that for? And it never even dawned on him like, oh, mama could stand up or she could walk. He's such an ass. And I'm sitting up here like holding her up and then also wiping her up. So that's a lot of damn work. And then he comes in and she can shuffle. And I'm like, what the fuck? But it was good. But yeah, he did not care. He puts on these airs that he cared, but if he cared, there were just certain things he would have made sure I knew before he left me there with his mother all those days. You know.
Now let's all right. Now we're gonna shift gears. Everybody,
Okay.
let me ask you a quick question. Would you take any calls, or you would just answer some questions? I'm not done though, but would you
I don't care. I mean, whatever. This your show. I'm not. I'm fine. I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
all right, I'm gonna put
It's
the
either
number.
you can handle the truth, you can't handle it. I don't know what.
I'm gonna put the number in, but not right now, y'all. I'm not finished my questions. All right. But if you have any questions, I'm going to put the number up. I'm only gonna take a few people, maybe like 4 or 5 or less. And then we're gonna
I'm
let
not gonna argue with anybody.
I'm not gonna let that happen, sweetheart.
Yeah, well, I'm not for that, but yeah, I'll answer anybody's question.
All right, so now let's go to because I remember you saying that he had you seen like his mental state, because I was just doing a live the other day that I feel like, because looking at his daughter Anisha and all that stuff, man, she's going through a fucking lot, man, a lot of shit. Far as I see that she has some kind of I don't want to say bipolar or whatever, but she has some issues, and I don't think
it runs in the family.
That's what I'm saying. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
You see it in
and
the mother.
she tried to contain herself when she first came out. I've lost a lot of respect for a lot of things. Black people think that they can handle mental health, but they can't. They can't. They can handle you handling your mental health, but when it's unwrapped and exposed, they don't understand it. They really don't. Like this girl came out, she tried to come out the right way, but she can't. She doesn't have the skills, and Umar's far worse than her. But she doesn't have the skills to deal with it. And she can't look to anybody to kind of be patient with her so that she could find her way or even get some help. Because everybody, all of these people, he sent his people on her, just like he sent them to me. But she's a child. She don't know how to deal. Even if she didn't She came to the internet and didn't know what she was biting off. Still, you're her dad. You can't.
Right.
Oh my God. And then people can't stop themselves. Like, you can't stop yourself. How can you care about him and you're attacking his seed? Like, you're literally attacking his child. Yeah, that's crazy. That's sick to me.
Hold that thought, love.
Okay.
Everybody, it's 147 people in here.
Yeah.
Hit those likes up if you haven't hit the like button. Hit the like. Please hit the like button. Respectfully, please hit that like button for the algorithms, please. If you like this live, y'all been here, and I appreciate y'all too. Hit the like button and please share. I would gladly appreciate that. Please hit that like button. Now, we're going to get into Anisha. But far as his mental state, because I know the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, give me your those instances where you knew he was that too tight. Like, give me some shit, because we see it. I feel I'm not disrespecting him. I was pro Umar some years back, but I feel like he's a narcissist. He's very selfish. It's all about him, and he don't care what nobody say. He just want what he wants. That's what I see. So what are the things that you've seen far as his mental health? Like, what is it? Because, and then you say he was, you thought he was on drugs the way he was acting, but give me an overall view of his mental state from your experience.
I just think he's got some serious mental health. Like, I posted about the dark triad. I think he does. I think he has those three things. He's got the Machiavellism. He has the narcissism, and he has some other type of psychosis. But his I don't think that he can. I think he can control it. He's learned to control it, but other than that, it's hard to explain. He'll crash out on you. I think that everybody deserves to see it. Like, they should see it at least once. I think that you should be able to see it before you start talking about anybody else, how people wanted to be with him and just wanted to have him. Some people just need to see his crash out.
You said
he pulled the gun out on you, very fucking fast.
You said he pulled the gun out on you?
No, he didn't pull a gun out on me. He left the gun on the dresser.
Okay.
He left the gun on the dresser, and I really don't understand that part, because he didn't know who I was. He just didn't care. I don't even know why he has a gun anyway, but he just didn't care. And then, I don't know. He's a problem. I'm trying to. I know that the SETI rant is not what I'm talking about. That's just him agitated and performing, but he can't control his anger when I think when you go head up with him, especially as a woman.
Right. And I definitely understand that. You said something about when he was on the phone, a person, like a female, called him and she was explaining, like talking to him about his kids. He was rolling his eyes.
Yeah.
So he really, to be honest, because you made a great point. Because if you scroll down on his timeline, he never had anything about the boys, like the kids, no mentorships, no nothing. He never did anything on that. I'm really realizing it. So that phone call that you seen the real him, like he really don't care.
He don't want to. He doesn't want to. He answers those calls, but he's not locked in with those calls. What I saw, I thought, I was like, damn, that's so bad. Why are you treating the person like that? He's even passed me a lot of girls. This is why I say it's a whole tone that you would have to. He's passed girls to me to call back, and the girls they didn't want me, they wanted Umar. So I was like, he knew that
he was trying to see if you wanted a threesome, because these
girls weren't supposed to have been. They were in bad situations, and I was like, well, ask her if she's okay with relocating if it's that bad for her. And he passed me the phone number like he didn't want to deal with it. I was like, I called her, to try to figure out, because if you in a bad situation, I'm gonna come down there, I'm gonna get you up out of it. And um he just didn't want to deal with it. And then I called him. I said, this girl don't want me. She wants you.
Right.
And I said, that's like one of your girl, like one of them women that want to like be up on you or whatever. And he was just like, oh, okay. I don't know what he did with it, but oh, it is
So
what it is with him.
I got
He knows his following very well. He
right.
knows his following very well.
So I got like four more questions left. But
Okay.
so far as this whole persona and this thing,
Mm-hmm.
so you think he's just out to just use women and just to get money from them and basically use them for his own benefit, correct? Because
I think Umar is one of those guys that have been told that he's good looking all of his life. And I think that he has used it to his advantage. Um, Especially if you in his space and you not, like you're not, he doesn't want what I think he puts out there. But he does want women to come into the space so he could put them to work. And I don't think that he's on the time that they're on.
okay.
He builds false relationships with people. I've watched him do that. But I just think he's kind of like a conscious gigolo
And you said he don't get along with people. Explain
at
that.
all.
Give us some instances or overall.
He just doesn't anybody there's nobody that is around him that's been there since day one, that has been around him. I'm not talking about the supporters. I'm saying people that know him and know his temperament. And he brings division, just like the guy was talking about him breaking up the UNIA. Them people have been there and been solid since the 50s. He came in and he broke that shit up. That's why they wanted him up out of there. So yeah, I think like for people, the naysayers or the supporters, I think that they should make it a life goal to get close to him and figure out who the hell you following. I think that would be a good thing for everybody. Get close to him and learn his personality.
He never talks about his daughters because everything that his daughter's going through or whatever, she said she wanted to kill herself.
Yeah.
She wanted to burn her mother up and the kids in a house
Yeah.
in a fire. She's out there in the street. She's probably selling her body because she said she wanted to be a stripper. She's
Mm.
in and out of shelters.
And I begged him to let me have her and bring her back here. And he didn't want me to bother her.
Now,
I begged him.
so why? So what is the reason why he don't let his siblings see their mother? He don't talk good about the baby mothers. He don't talk good about the father, and he don't talk good about his daughters.
Exactly what I told.
Did he?
Exactly what I told you. Umar is about Umar. He is not. It don't care how bad you champion for him. He's not like surfing and seeing you be solid and like, oh yeah, you one of my real ones, and you're gonna be doused with all of this like, or he's gonna pull you in. That's not how Umar works. That's not how he works at all. He is about himself. And the more you can do for him with keeping your mouth shut and dealing with him, that's how you stay around. That's it. That's it. It doesn't matter. He went ham on me, and I literally, if anybody, I don't care who it is, took care of my mother, regardless if they say, okay, I'm out the space, I gotta move on, I gotta do this. There's no way I'm going ham on that person. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go ham on them, and I'm not going to put people in a space to get them tripped up and messed up. I'm just not like that. But he is. It means nothing to him. So people saying, and I knew that doing it, I knew what type of person he is. But I thought it was a hindrance for the school getting open. So I agreed to it. And I felt like I could handle him and his crash outs. But
Right.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it anymore because it wasn't benefiting me. It wasn't benefiting me. So I think that's why he doesn't retain anybody. He doesn't value loyalty. He doesn't value friendship. He doesn't have friends, not because, nobody wants to be his friend. It's because he doesn't want friends.
Mm.
I I think people just really have to clear the slate when it comes to how this man thinks. And I think that's why Lennon honor the work he's doing is important, because people really think, even the girls, they feel like the quieter, the more down. This isn't like a dude. If you a down ass chick, you're gonna be rewarded. You are he gonna throw your ass in front of the bus if he does not care. He does not care. You are feeding yourself a delusion. It's just how far you willing to go with it, because it's it's really on him. It's like if you are trying to clear a space so he can walk, but he don't want to walk, there's no need for you to keep clearing the space. It's
Now,
it's crazy.
now, everybody, if anybody have any questions,
Umar Johnson.
y'all can hit that link. If y'all want to get on panel real quick, if you want to ask a question, if you want to call in and ask a question, please do so now. Now, far as the school, right, real quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, shout out to Lennon Honor. He
Mm-hmm.
came out and basically showed documents of him owing. I don't think it's 38,000. It's like 72 or 75,000 that he owed, and it's $500 every time he doesn't meet that mark to pay.
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing with the money? Because I feel like if he
Anything you want to do.
right, but hold on, but
Okay, sorry.
no, you good, sweetie. Because I feel like if he owes all that money,
Mm-hmm.
that means he never put any money basically into the school, only to make it look like it's going to be built, like the painting and everything.
Right.
But what's your if you like so all this time you've been around him, he ain't tell you nothing about the school, like just nothing.
Yeah,
You just getting it.
we've had conversations like in. I can remember one time I was in the bathroom and I said, "You know what you should do for your birthday?" This had to been last year. And he was like, "What's that?" I said, "You should have a parade. You should have a parade, because I know they have a Garvey parade, and I know he would have probably got a kick out of that." And I was just spitballing. And he was like, "Well, I ain't done enough work yet." I said, "Well, you done a lot. This is before I got closer."
Right.
And he was talking about the fact that he had certain interest in with the school. He was like, he wanted to get certain things done, and that's pretty much what it was. But as far as like the curriculum, which I think that he should get busy on putting that to print, that might be a way that he can buy back a little bit of trust with his people.
Right.
But as far as anything else, all I knew is like, I'm at the school, I'm waiting on the locksmith. He was constantly locking his stuff out of them the school. He was always waiting on the locksmith, or he was, doing something else and he didn't want to tell me. But that's pretty much what it was. Or he would send me something and say, "What do you think about this?" It was
Right.
always a choice. He would only present to me choices, and I had to pick. It's almost like I can't pick, you pick, but
Right.
you don't have anything else to say in the manner. Or a lot of tact I helped him with, like as far as his interactions with people, because he doesn't do well with people. He can't gauge the room. He doesn't know how to get along with people. And I think it's because he doesn't care to.
Mm.
He's very good at events. He'll get through that. You think he's just charismatic and everything, but once you get with him alone, he's he's quiet. He's cold. And he's it just is what it is. And you have to adjust. I really thought I did something wrong the first time we met because he was just real cold and quiet. Then I found out that that's just his personality
Right.
until he decides that, he wants to hook up or something else. That's just who he is.
Somebody asked Torian, shout out to Torian. He said, ask her, is he really against white women or is that just a gimmick?
By knowing this man's personality, there's two ways about that. I think Umar really is repulsed by white women.
Okay.
Because I think he views black women as like an indulgence. But then again, also, he's lied on Don't Call Me White Girl. He said that he wanted these two wives and he didn't want them linking up, but he does want them linking up. So you never know what the real is with him because he lies so much. The fact that he can call them ma'am and sir, he's on a different level than some people are. Um, he might. He might. And then also I think that he's uncomfortable around white people.
Mm. You said he didn't want to go to the Joe Button podcast because of Lamont Lamont
Yeah, Mark Lamont.
Mark Hill, whatever the hell. He was fucking this girl, and you said that he don't want to be around other intellectual people.
Yeah, I think Mark Lamont was dating one of his baby mothers.
Child's mother, right?
And I think that he thought that was them trying to get him on the show and kind of sideswiping him.
Right.
And I was trying to break it down so we would figure out if that was what it was, or and I know that he's been on Mark's show before, but
Yeah.
I don't know what changed, what the dynamic was. But I do know that Umar does not like being in spaces where he's not the star player.
Right.
We have that in common. But mine is more like in profession. I don't like being in places I'm not celebrated, and he's somebody that he doesn't want to be anywhere unless in all tension and celebration is about him. So like with Oxford, I think that has something to do with the Oxford debate. Now people, and I don't have a sexual desire, but the way people are saying that I am about Umar.
Yes,
Well, no, because that's special. Huh?
You like the Umar love. You could just ain't nothing wrong with saying it. Love.
No. I think people are missing. I was looking at that as more like Manny was to him, but I don't think that he could see me in that light because I'm a woman. It doesn't matter like what people think, but I'm saying like in the Oxford debate when Boosie was there, I love Boosie. I'm like, that's my idol because he's big on Black entrepreneurship. But with him being in that space, he snubbed Boosie, and I thought that was shitty. Like that's a dope dude.
Tell the people why y'all broke up again, just for the record.
Because I met some, and that's another thing. I met someone. I'm where I want to be. I'm with somebody.
Right.
I'm with somebody. I went to Miami and I met someone, and I came back. I tried to,
swept you up your feet.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and he's known too. But I came back. I tried to wrap things up nicely with Umar in case we would come across paths again. It wouldn't be like you dirty bitch type thing. Right. I didn't want it to be like that, but that's when shit got dark. It got real dark, and that's what ended it. I told him to get people out of my space. We good. If you need me, call me. And I'll look out for you. Like if it's on, you want advice on something or you need help with your mother. I was just trying to come out of the space cordial. This whole blowout does not benefit me. more than anybody would ever know. But it had to be done because he would not let it go privately. It got worse. But I know he doesn't like people in his business. He's very big on newsy people. So I wanted to put his business all the way out there. If I can't have any privacy, you can't either.
I see you, Mike. I got my boy Brooklyn and Cali. This my motherfucking brother right here. Go ahead, ask her a question, King. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? Good to see you, man.
With
I
the
ain't seen you in a minute, man.
I like his beard.
I've been locked in, buddy. I'm trying to get to it.
All right. What's your question?
Only question I have is, what's the infatuation with Umar? No.
I don't know. I can't get over him.
Hold on. Before you answer the question, I ain't trying to make fun of nobody. I ain't talking shit. I ain't dissing. I just want to know because I've seen situations similar to this. So I just want to know, what's your infatuation
This
with
ain't
him?
what you think it is.
Because I think a certain way about Umar already, and it's not good. That's why I'm asking you.
No, there's no infatuation with Umar. Umar, only people that are infatuated with Umar are people that have something to gain by being in that space. I don't have anything to gain by being in that space.
Okay. How long have you known him?
Were you here the entire time?
Yeah, she 2 years. She knew.
2 years.
Okay,
2 years.
2 years.
And what's your relation? What was your relationship like?
Huh?
What was your relationship like?
Well, we kind of explained that, but
I'm only asking because
I wanted him to dig. Okay, so our relationship was it was like a friendship with sex.
So
she just wanted to cock.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
So you just wanted to hit then?
Yeah, we were just linking up.
Okay, and when it ended, how did it make you feel?
It didn't make me feel anyway.
Oh,
because I ended it for another relationship or for another prospect. I felt better in that prospect.
Because I was about to say, was it really a relationship? Y'all say you mean?
People coded this all kinds of ways.
The only reason I'm asking is because as soon as sex get involved in a lot of situations, they put the foot on the gas. And when I say they, I'm talking about women.
Oh yeah, because something might have happened and I just didn't want it to stop, and so I just couldn't let it go, and this is my way of keeping it continued.
At least you're honest about that, because a lot of people.
No, I'm not. That's
the question.
That's not what it is. But I'm around men, so I've heard this. I've heard it.
Nah, but from the outside looking in, would you think ill of somebody who thought that's what it was?
Because I can't help what you think. I can't help that. I can't help that. I can't do nothing about that. I think it's going to confuse you going forward because we got a long road with this. We're just on what? We're just at the end of round one. And if you have that in your brain, you're going to be extremely confused.
Yeah, I'm sorry, love.
But no, that's cool. Yeah, if you keep that in your brain, you're going to be very confused.
No, I'm not confused at all. I was just asking because I'm a grown man over the age of 40, and I've had sexual interactions with women who I was not with. And I know what having sex does to a woman's mind because they're giving a body to a man.
I think that is what, that narrative was introduced by Umar. And I think that if I was more on the lines of what the public visioned, that they would be able to accept what I'm saying more. This is not what y'all think it is. So, but thinking like that is going to confuse you.
So let me ask this question real quick. So is it y'all broke up because you found somebody, or it's because that, remember you were saying that he was he was getting calls from females and having them call you or you speak to them, this and the third. What was this something you was trying to lock him? I'm not saying you was trying to lock him down because you said you wasn't. But what was that? What was the initial reason why? Because I did read some of the texts. That's why I ain't really read through them. And I got all the texts lined up. But it wasn't like you wasn't feeling the nigga. You like the nigga too.
Yeah, listen.
I don't want to read all the texts now.
No, and there wasn't a breakup. There wasn't a breakup because there was never an on time.
Why am I so loud?
But you said it was a relationship.
Am I loud?
No,
it was a situation. It wasn't a relationship. A relationship is we talk about his future. We talk about things, our future, about stuff like that. That wasn't what this was. Everybody acts like they don't know what a link up is. It was that. It was a link up.
I'm going off of what you said,
a little bit more than what most guys like. It doesn't change the fact that it was a link up. Until it wasn't.
I'm going off of what you said. I don't have no more questions. I was going off of what she said because initially you said it was a relationship.
No, I have, and I think those word choices are confusing
on a relationship.
When I first started talking to her, she said it was a relationship.
Well, I'm saying it's a relationship in the a friendship is also a relationship. A co-worker is a relationship. What I'm talking about is that it was not a romantic, I don't even know how to put that. We were not dating. We weren't dating to the point where we had
friends with benefits.
Wait a minute. We had intentions for each other. We were not doing that. We weren't. So
y'all was just fucking.
Like there we
go. There we go.
Right. So it wasn't that. Let me explain, and this is why I was trying to explain to him earlier. I think that would have shut everything down. If I come into this situation with you, and I say, "Dang, he don't know how to share," why would I stress you about getting better at sharing? And my only interest in you is just to have sex. So whatever your red flags that you bring, if they don't affect the sex life, why would I pester you with that? Because people are like, she saw the signs. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things. If it wasn't my intention to marry him. So those things don't matter.
Those kind of situations happen, man. Anything else, Mike?
I just wanted to tap in because I ain't talked to you in a minute.
And you can look at my TikTok too. There are videos way before this happened, unless I have foresight of on God level. I'm talking about I've never wanted to be married. I've never wanted to be married. He knew that. That's one of my things about me. I've been like this for years. I'm not a woman that will marry.
Why is that?
Because I'm ambitious. I don't want to sit and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the relationship.
What does ambition have to do with being married?
Oh wow. Well, the way that I was raised, if I'm raised to be a wife, certain things take a back seat when it comes to taking care of a home, your man, and your children. This is just my belief. I'm not pushing that off on anybody else.
No, I agree with that.
You could balance it, but I chose that I didn't want to do a balance. I wanted to look out after my kids were grown up and I got one more that's almost at the house. It's all me.
Got you. All right, Mike, I got you. Yo. I'm not gonna stop nothing else, man. I just wanted to tap in, man. Everybody in the chat, what up? I'll be in the chat. I'm listening.
All right, nigga. Brooklyn, the motherfucking Cali. Peace, King.
Right. That's your boy.
Nah, that's my motherfucking brother right there. I love that dude. That's my guy from Cali, man.
He seems like a real relaxed guy.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. He cool. He cooler than the fan, man. But I didn't really want to just like dig into that situation. But
that's okay.
It's good to understand that.
Yeah.
At least you keep it in 100, because a lot of women always like try to like fake the funk. Like if you just want the dick, then that's what it was. But
Now I cared for him. I don't want you to think I didn't care for him.
Because you helped you taking care of his mom.
But I didn't care for him with the intent that this is going to be something that I was very clear about what I wanted with him. Of course, anybody you lay down and you open your legs up to, you're going to care about, them. That's why we got to the point that, but I didn't have any intentions with him. I didn't say, oh, we're going to date for 2 years and then he's going to propose. No, Umar was never my man, my husband. He wasn't going to ever be my husband.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And listen,
but
man,
he was a good friend. He was a good friend.
Listen, you play in the field, man. So, because I'm not gonna do what Tasha K do, accent and all the extra sexual shit that I don't give a fuck about that. Y'all did that thing.
Yeah. That was for a certain demographic. I appreciate that.
The throat goat thing did catch my attention, but I would not. I would not go any further if you don't want to. But I just leave that one right there where it needs to be. But
it's sad because some women can be very, and I know that we're not in that kind of time, but I have a lot of guy friends. I respect their boundaries. Like if they have a wife, I'm friends with the wife too. That's mandatory.
The wife. I hear that hot shit.
Yeah, that's mandatory. Yeah, we going anywhere, she got to come too, or we got to, that's out of respect for the wife. But I feel like there are women that can
still have sex with the guy. It still have sex with the husband.
No, I'm just no, absolutely never. I'm never on. Right. When I say friend, I'm saying literally. I have colleagues that are males. I'm kind of like what they used to call a tomboy, because some of the things that I enjoy doing are more men in that that lane. Like I go to the shooting range, I go spin. I like to ride 4-wheelers. It's all that kind of good stuff, but there are not a lot of women that are there, but I have women friends. But if they're married, then I befriend the women too. Right. And if they wife don't want to be bothered, then I keep it very superficial with them, Right. Hey, but no, I don't ever sleep with no married man.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, man. I think I got all my questions out. Okay. Listen, everybody, this is your last chance, man. Is there any other questions you want to ask her before I let her go? Please press 1 and have the question next to the number 1 real quick. That's pretty much it on my end. Is there any? All right. His mother is on Section 8 to collect the food stamps. Do they live in a house or do they live in an apartment?
They live in a row. I think Philly calls it a row.
So the houses right here is right next to each other. Upstairs, downstairs, or it's just a one bedroom.
It's like a townhouse. It's a townhouse.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And no, baby mamas is not goals. I was in a 10-year relationship with Olivia, and we did our thing. So no. Not just baby mama. Just some people don't want the paperwork of being married. I don't understand why that is.
I mean, listen, I feel the same way. I don't want to get married, but if that person, if that one comes into my life, then maybe I messed up on one person to marry, and it's all good.
Like, and I just
should have.
Yeah, it's for some people. It's not for other people. Be open to it. Move along. Yeah.
Right. So I guess that's all. Give us your overall thoughts on this whole situation. All right, we got a question. Did you know Jamal Johnson left Umar's mother for a white woman? Umar never got over that. Huh?
No, I've already tapped in with the family. No, that's not.
Oh, Jamal Johnson, that's his father, right?
Yeah, Jamal's his father.
So he fucks with a white girl?
I went to go verify that, and Jamal did not ever marry. They Googled. This is why research is a scary thing. But no, the woman that they Googled is not Jamal. That's not Jamal's. That's not Bernice. That's not her. That's not Jamal's ex-wife that has passed. May she rest in peace. But no, that's not. And I just want people, for overall consistency, I just want people to remember The whole point of bringing this out is because there are other women that are behind me, even though my story is not gut wrenching, theirs is. And the trying to hush these things away, that's not a good thing, because there are younger women that could get into, or any woman that could get into Umar's space, and they will have life altering um experiences with him, as have other women that are behind me. So this was kind of like a trial run.
Right.
And I see women are looking at the response and they're like, oh, no way, they're going to accept my story. And that's unfortunate, because he will get in a space with a woman and it's going to be a catastrophe. And those women will have to suffer in silence. Umar should be in jail. So, and like I said earlier, it's kind of like when you're saying, oh, you just wanted him. Think of it on the lines of, like I said, him being like a rapist. And you're saying, oh, you just want him. No, 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 no. This was not what this was. But he's a serious threat to Black women.
You have to, you can't just leave that out there. You have to give a reason why.
Because he has done some horrific. Go watch Lennon. Go watch Lennon.
I only watched him 2 times. I know.
Yeah, well, you got to get kind of like the full scope. This man has done some terrible, terrible things to women, and I don't like. My story is, like I said, it's easy to digest. It is what it was.
Right.
But for other women that have been in his space, it has been terrible. So no, we're not going to be quiet. We're going to keep doing interviews. We're going to keep talking about it. And hopefully women, I'm not going to tell any women not to deal with him, but use discernment going into that space, that what you see when he comes to that town, when you go back to that hotel room and it's just you and him, that's what it is. And also remember this, whatever he says happened. Whatever he says happened. So regardless of whatever you go through in that hotel room with that man, whatever he says happened. And then I want to focus on getting his mother, Gungun, up out of that situation. And we need to figure out a way to get him defunded. That'll kind of slow his roll. But he's no longer able to operate in the dark. So if you Google him like I did, you won't just see his podcast. You're going to see some other shit too, some questionable shit. Because that you need to have both sides of it. Make a decision. I don't care what anybody's opinion of my stuff is. My life will go on. I have someone. But I need to have this out here to make sure that women have a choice.
Right.
And that is it.
And to the warning to the females is that he don't care about your kids. He don't care about your sons.
No, he's for them cookies.
In the cookies. Hey.
And whatever his mic, he got a microphone and a cult-like following. So if you get in a space and something happens and it's not what you want to happen, or it's not the way you want, it does not matter. You're gonna have to sit with that or DM me so that I can get you with some support, because the public, or you can go public and we'll still support you. But just know that it's, his microphone, he's on a microphone and you're just screaming. He's on a microphone.
One last question. I'm gonna leave it like this. One last question, because Black Cherry, she's a firecracker. All right, but she said, what has he done other than not take care of his kids?
You're gonna have to go and look at the interview,
right,
and listen, because some people don't think that him letting his mom sit in that filth is a bad thing. I mean, it just depends on what your level of tolerance is. Mine is not. So he's done a lot of shit. He's got a lot of stuff out here.
I swear to God, this is my last question, because
we're fine.
his family, because you say you've been in contact with his other siblings, correct?
Yes.
Have you? Now,
yes, I've been in touch with the family.
What are they saying about him?
Well, his nephew came out and confirmed everything. His nephew,
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Cuban. He's half. He's not even full Black American. He's Cuban or some shit like that. Whatever, right?
He's I think that his grandpa Cicero was a white Cuban. And I didn't get all into the genealogy. We were just discussing where some of these things were coming out, and I was like, well, I wish the family would even come with some things, because a lot of people can't believe that he allegedly could have a drug problem. They not Umar Johnson. Well, yeah, he could. He could. They need to get a full scope of who he is, because people are so indoctrinated with this view of him, and it's unshakable. Even when they see me, his nephew has never seen him with a woman. So how do you know what his type is? He might like big girls. He might like white girls. I mean, but you can't push anything to the public, because they have already made up their mind. And his nephew's never seen him. This is like somebody that knew him pre-fame and everything else, has never seen him with a woman. And knows everybody, knows everybody. This man has taught him Swahili. He spent a great deal of time with his uncle, and he still loves his uncle. But he's never seen him with a woman. He's never even met his baby mamas. So you got to use some critical thinking.
If he owes 75,000, is like, what is you doing with that money? Because I question his, what is he doing with the money as well? Is he?
He's bad with money. He bought a bad building. This is what I'm saying. They didn't vet him out. Can he hold this money? A lot of people don't know about what happened with the UNIA before this bill. He had already had an issue like this with the UNIA. He's not somebody that's good with money. You can tell that by how he buys, but supporters in general don't know enough. They've never seen him in a store. They never seen, excuse me, they just don't know enough about him, and they're discounting everything. So it's like, what can we tell you? We can warn you. When I came out, everything, all the cards start falling. That should tell you something. When he stopped giving or putting a lot of focus in masking certain things, like his behavior. That's why he came out and did that stinky tank explosion. And that's why I said you need to stop defunding him, so you can see how this is done. What else is going to pop up? Because you have a delusion about what this man is doing and how he does things, and it's based off of those degrees and how he speaks eloquently.
Right.
Nobody's ever seen a board. You ain't fact check shit. But the burden of proof, and we were just talking about that last night, the burden of proof is all over me. Prove yourself. You have never asked this man to say, hey, what's going on with this building? Where is the board? How much money have you collected over these years? No pressure.
And then he have the nerve to tell people Black people ain't shit because you donated over 200 and something fucking thousand. Come on now.
Is the stuff that people have done for him. That building should have been up and ready. He had good people, myself excluded. He had good people in his space to take FDMG to a whole nother level. But because it was not by his design,
right?
He literally wrote a check that his ass could not cash.
I'm gonna play this last video and then I'm out.
Right. Hold up, yeah, I know him. I've seen enough of his videos.
215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. Dr. Umar, UMAR. Lock me in
I
Text me.
capitalize your you, but trust me.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
I
It's all right. It's all right.
What's your name? My name is Sietta, sweetheart. I'm gonna just text you my
And
name.
make sure you let me know you do transportation. So when we get to that point, I can hit you up and see what your capabilities are. Because we're going to bring students from Baltimore, from Eastern Shore, Maryland, from Philadelphia, from Chester, from Dover, from Wilmington, from Trenton, and from Camden. 8 spots, so we're going to need a couple. You know what I mean? Don't forget to send me that text. Okay, got you, mama. All right now. Likewise, sister, likewise.
The reason for me playing that is because female pulled up on him, exchanged something. Now you
gave
know
everything.
You seen rubbing his hands now, but here's the kicker though. That school is not going to be funded by the state, so he's going to have to ask the people for more money to pay for the if it opens, and then when she get her transportation company off the ground, right?
Yeah.
He wanted them to come from Baltimore. They're in Delaware, so I know Baltimore very well. My family's from Baltimore, in Maryland. Then you talking about Trenton, New Jersey. That's far from where that's at because I've been to school. And here's the thing:
common sense is not that common.
Exactly, and that's not going to be funded by the state. You ain't gonna have you got to have a 501c3 and all these type of things put in place. You don't have none of that in place, so it's going to come out of the people's pocket.
Yeah,
but
not even that. Before you even go into, if you are, it's just like some of his supporters, and I'm not saying that to be rude or anything, but they are literally people that do not. You can't have been someone that built anything or use some type of critical thinking, because even think about this from the places that they're trying to bust these kids in. What time in the morning are these kids getting up? What time are they getting back home? What child is going to be able to withstand that? I mean, that's just off the rip. That's off the cuff. This is kind of the reason I believe he had me in that space, because I would have been like, no. As soon as she pulled up, she started rattling off what she has. And Umar is the type of scammer, just like I used to date a guy that was in Brooklyn. It was years ago. But he could listen to all of that stuff and pick up every little thing where you done told too much. Like, she's sitting up there telling him, he asked her, is that your business? Okay, so it's not your business, so you don't have a business, you don't have any equity, you probably ain't got no money or whatever. You know, these are just how scammers think. He's running down like what are the things that you have that he can take advantage of. Right. And women are meeting him with that. They're telling him that like from the rip, instead of letting him get closer and figuring these things out. And this is how they get got. Men are not so forthcoming, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they are. But for him, that's, you know.
But he ain't really had no game, but he got up in your cootie cat. But listen, now I'm just playing. Listen.
No, what are you talking about? He don't have no game. No, Umar's very good at what he does.
Okay, all right.
He did that like butter. I'm saying, I'm talking about him picking up. No, we catching all shade over here. We're just trying to move forward so people can, you know, get the gist of it. But he's picking up. He's reading this whole situation to see how he can extract resources, or he can get what he needs out of it.
Right. All right, now look, man. I had you on here for a minute, man. I'm glad. I'm thank you, and I appreciate you giving me your time.
No problem.
Definitely went over time, but I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Everybody, please make sure y'all follow her on Instagram. Just put in Shavonne Stone. Everything gonna come up. All right, and do you want to give your social media, or is there anything you want to?
No, like I said, we don't want. They'll find me if you there to follow. You want to watch this play out, but I don't need, like, we don't need the support or whatever. But I'm on there. Thank you so much for having me on. This was like awesome.
I appreciate this live. This was good, man. I really didn't think was gonna happen. I'm like, did she block me? Did I do anything? You know what I
No,
mean?
it was last minute and life had it was kind of quick, but I tried to get you in. But yeah, I'm glad we did this.
Hey, look, I stay in touch, and again, I appreciate you. You have a blessed day at work. Do your thug dizzle, and I check up on you from time to motherfucking time.
All right.
Peace,
Take care.
Peace. Oh man, that was a good live, y'all. I hope y'all appreciate that live, and please make sure that you share this live. Please make sure you share this live. Please share this live. I've been creating my website. It's a little bit, but I don't like this hat. I don't like this hat like that. It's too small. But I do have my the sweatpants too. It's some nice sweatpants though. You know what I mean? I like it. Pause for the pauses. I ain't showing nothing crazy. You know what I mean? But I would definitely have my website popping real soon, and hopefully y'all will patronize. But if not, it's fine because I'm gonna share my shit everywhere. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. Oh yeah, and as I end this live, this is not the beat up on Umar Johnson, but it's been 10, 12 years. Yes, there's some, there's some progress in the school. There's some progress. You seen the walk through this and the third, but if you own all this money, man, and I don't, let me try to do this very quick. I'm gonna do this because I don't want to drawing this out. Give me 1 second. I know y'all seen it. That's why I'm gonna give a shout out to what's his name? Lennon Honor. Salute to him. Oh shit. Hold on. I don't think I did it on this one. I think hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on, no. Let me go here because this will be faster. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me one second. Here we go. Hold up, because I know the attention span and y'all nerves. Hold on, I just want to show this real quick. Bam. Hold on, baby. All right, let me do that one. That's crazy. Come on now. Submit. All right. All right. And let me go do this one. I want to show 2 documents. Just give me 1 second. Real quick. And I want to thank her for definitely showing up and showing out. And I appreciate her. Thank you again, Shavonne. Hold on 1 second. I just want to show you 2 documents that y'all already seen, but let's just go over it real fucking quick. How about that? All right, boom. All right, hold on. Here we go. X that out. All right, let's go here. All right, let's go here. Oh shit, wrong one. Right here. Come on, baby. Hold on. Okay, share screen. All right. Hold on. Boom. Here we go. Hold on, I gotta make sure I share it again. I don't think y'all see it yet. Nope, y'all can't see it. Boom, here we go. Okay, let me make sure. Hopefully I'm not off screen because it does that sometimes. Let me make sure y'all can see it. All right, y'all can see. All right, good. All right, real quick and brief. So this is from August 5th, 2025, right? There's other documents, but we're going to get right to this. You see it says the name of it, Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership Academy, Inc., tax parcel, the judgment, Newcastle. I was in Newcastle. I ain't even gonna shout the name out, but I used to be in Delaware. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. But let's check this out. So he owes since August 6th, the judgment entered and jointly, even though I got the A on there, and severally, kiss my ass, against Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership Academy, Inc., tax parcel, judgment amount to be paid as follows. Judgment amount of $1,000. Excuse me. $17,810.77. That's water bill, sewer charges of $1,854.17. Exterior improvement charges $156. Vacant registration fee $15,500. Civil penalty charges $300. Now we're gonna do the calculations right now because I already did it. I did it on my TikTok. I already did the calculations, but I'm gonna do it with y'all right now. Well, I can't find my paper, but it's 75,000 change. But we're gonna do the calculations right now. So let's do. Can y'all see that? No, y'all can't see the Y'all can't see the calculator. But I'm gonna do the charges right now in real time. Let me just make this shorter and smaller. All right, so let's do 17. Let me move this up. Let me do that. And 77 cents. So that's $17,810.77 plus 1,854 plus 1,854.17. That amount comes up to $19,664.94 plus the $156.60. That comes to $19,821.54 plus the $15,050 plus $15,500.00. That comes up to $35,322. I mean $321.54. What just happened? Can y'all still see? Oh, y'all can't. Oh, yeah, y'all still can see. All right, hold on. All right, I'm doing the calculations. I just can't see the calculator. All right. So that's plus. All right, that's the 18. No. All right. Plus. Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Plus the 300. Plus 300. Plus $300. That alone right there is 35,000. I'm gonna do the summary and then I'm getting out of here. All right, $35,621.54. Let's go to the second document. Right? Let's go to the second document. Bang. Same thing. This is him. Second document. This is the second document. So now, we have $35,621.54. So I'm just going to continue to add on, right? That's plus. So he have charges of $20,577.45. That equal up to $56,198.99, right? Plus $4,650, right? $4,650 plus 75 cents. That comes up. Wait a minute. No. Something ain't right here. 56,000. Hold on. Let me just save that. All right. Let me Hold on. We're gonna get this one right. Let's get this one right. 56,198.99 plus 46.50 $60,849.74. And then we're gonna go to, it says the registration fee is 15,000 plus 15,000 $726.70. That comes up to $76,576.44 plus $200. Plus $200. So $76,776.44 motherfucking cents. Like, I need to take a drink for this. I'm not a wino. I'm an alkio. What is he doing with the money? What is he doing with the bread? He gotta be doing something else because he damn sure ain't cleaning up the house. This is not to take a black man down. This is not about trying to take a black man down. It's you swindling and getting over on the people. You don't even have programs for the boys, no mentorships, no nothing. Nothing. He ain't have nothing for the kids, for the boys yet. And we know the school ain't gonna happen. Where's the partners? Where's the school board? Where's the teachers? Where's the school curriculums? We just don't see it. And I think some of the money he's doing, he's just making it look good just for y'all to keep donating. Why is it $76,000? 700, what that shit is? $76,776.44. Nigga, what you doing with the bread? Ladies, close your pussies, close your legs, and lock up your pocketbooks because he's coming. And this is all allegedly. With that being said, I'm not talking too much. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this live. If y'all did, thank you. But if you new, make sure you subscribe to the platform and do me a favor. If anything, can y'all share this live? Can everybody in here hit the like button before you leave? And please share. Take care. Whew. Umar Johnson.